Hello, beautiful souls. So I'm talking about goal setting because we are halfway more than through this year. And there is never going to be another summer 2022. So set yourself some goals. And let's just start by placing your hands on your heart and taking a nice deep breath, allowing yourself to be open and available for all that the universe has for you. And here we are in the summer, and I'm in my winter sweats. So can you adapt to what's going on? Can you set some goals? Adjust your boundaries. Like one of my goals for this summer is to go sailing. So today's the day. And it's gray, it's overcast, it's even slightly chilly. And out there in the water, it's going to be even more chilly. So what do? Well, what you do is you put on your winter woolies and you go anyway. Don't let anything stop you. Certainly not the weather. Come on. But we do, right? And we look up to see what's the weather out there. Well, open your door, walk outside. Hey, Hector. Good to see you. And see what the weather is. So today, after we're done, I'm sailing, and I will send you some pictures. I'm not sure about doing a video, but we'll see. So set some goals for yourself for this summer. You know, right down there is summer solstice. Right over here is autumn equinox. We have 12 little weeks and less now before autumn equinox. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to do? And start first. You know, I always like to do the sit and sip, right? Okay, so here's your sip. It's a little too hot. I don't know if you can see the steam, but perfect. Happy Monday, Meg. So set yourself some goals, some things that you want to achieve, accomplish, do, experience, explore, expand yourself this summer. Well, without any goals, chances are summer 2022 is going to go by. It's going to go by day by day by day, and you're not going to have changed. When you set goals and you move into those goals, like this, I want to go sailing this summer. Am I going to let clouds stop me? Am I going to let the idea that it's a little chilly out there and I'm in my winter woolies, am I going to let that stop me? Hell no. Because I said yahoo yes to setting some goals. To be fully present, available, alive, and aware this summer. I'm not going to let this summer get away without some of the things that I desire being accomplished. So the first thing that it takes, hi Cassie, the first thing that it takes when you set goals, write them down. And then we have this idea that if we can see it, it's real. So we'll use that. So write them down. Once you write your goals down, the idea that like attracts like, start sending that frequency out there. When you send that frequency out there, love, light, and prayers on every drum beat here that we've been doing for 2.5 years now, 2.25 years. So when we do that, that frequency of our desire begins to be attracted to us. But you know what we do? So often we give up. If it hasn't happened in a couple of weeks, if it hasn't happened in a couple of months, then we don't persevere. So the East, the springtime, is all about perseverance, tenacity, objectivity, and the ability to rise above. So when you set a goal, when you write it down and you tell somebody, then that frequency goes out and it begins to attract that to you. Now, it might not happen immediately because that's just not. We have this idea about immediate I want it now, immediate gratification. But some goals aren't just like making a peanut butter sandwich. They're just not. You go over there to the fridge, you get your stuff. Hey, Hudson. So some goals require a little tending. Now, we have to pretend it. That's what we do. We write it down. I'm going sailing. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know anything about that. I don't need to know. All I need to know is I have a desire. I desire to go sailing. So I put that on my to-do list, which is what I call, other people have a to-do list, but that sounds a little harsh. A ta-da is when you do it, when it's accomplished, you go ta-da! And that energy is a higher frequency than I'm going to set a goal and I'm going to achieve it. And so when you bring this energy up, these are my ta-das for the summer. Go dancing. Did yesterday. Go sailing this afternoon. Now, I'm not going to let overcast skies or chilly weather get in my way. So what kind of things do you allow to get in your way? What kind of things stop you? And you know, I have declared that I am unstoppable. And as a matter of fact, you all are unstoppable too, on account of you're right here. So if you're watching the replay, thank you for doing that. If you're right here right now, thanks for being here. So this idea of goal setting, ta-das I call them, it makes it lighter, more playful, more ability for me to achieve. So these ta-das that I have, dancing and sailing, what else could be on your list? And when you write them down, the universe pays attention because you are pretending and then you're going to attend. So I pretended that I'm going sailing. I saw it. You know, I go to a place where there's lots of, I live really close to a couple of marinas. I go and I look at the boats. I'm like, oh, that's a boat I'd like to sail on. And so I pretend that. That calls it into consciousness. It also calls it into physicality. It makes my dreams come true. That's how it happens. So you write it down. Maybe you even go and look at those sailboats. I did. Maybe you imagine yourself out there. I did. So I imagined this warm, sunny day where, you know, I had to wear my baseball cap to keep the sun out of my eyes, where it's breezy but warm. So these feelings that you attribute to this goal that you have, begin to concretize it in every cell of your body. So that as you begin to feel it, which is one of the steps of spiritual manifestation, as you begin to feel it, you begin to vibrate at that frequency. I'm vibrating at the sailing frequency. And as you begin to pretend it with that kind of anticipatory energy, you draw it closer and closer and closer to you until it's the very day when you get to go sailing. So after drumming here, I'm going to the marina and I'm going to sail away. And don't let anything stop you. You know what stops you? Well, what stops you is your itty bitty shitty committee. It says, oh, it's going to be cold, or oh, you don't have snacks because you didn't go get them yet, and they want to go early, or whatever. You're this little committee that wants everything to be comfortable, everything to be safe, everything to be known. You cannot get on a sailboat and know what's going to happen out there. That's one of the reasons I love to go sailing. The wind could pick up. The dolphins could show up. It could tip over. So you pretend, you tend ahead of time. Think of all the words that have tend in them. Intend, pretend, attend, post-tend. So as we attend to these things, as we write our goals down, our boundaries shift as well. Because when you have a goal, you've got to, well, this one particularly, let's just take apart going sailing. The weather is a factor. And, you know, around here in the Seattle area, we're all fair weather sailors. The boats go out for about 2 months, 8 weeks. Other than that, oh, the weather's not right. So what is it that you're going to let stop you? For me, it's not going to be that I got my winter woolies on so I can go in a sailboat. It's cold, but that's not going to stop me. It's not that, oh my God, I haven't gone and got snacks already, and so, you know, I'm going to be late. There's always plenty of snacks. Have you noticed that? So don't let that take you out of the game. What is it that will take you out of the game? Well, the only thing that takes me out of the game is me. So, can I get over myself? Can I get behind myself? Can I attend to myself so that I'm like, you know what? No matter what. Because you know what an enlightened spiritual warrior does? They do it no matter what. No matter what. No matter the weather. No matter whether they have all the supplies. And check it out. It's starting to get sunny. Thank you. Thank you for drumming. Thank you for pretending my great sail this afternoon. Because when we come together to support one another, to listen to someone else's dreams, to lend our support, to lend our attention, then magic happens in the most amazing ways. We call out the sun. We call out the right weather. We call out the right outcome. Open to outcome, but not attached. Because no matter what, I'm getting on that sailboat. No matter what, I am going to achieve, attain, attend to this goal. Your goals don't have to be weighty. Hey, Verge, your goals don't have to weigh you down. As a matter of fact, call them to-dos. Your to-dos ought to uplift you. And every time you achieve one, boom, ta-da! And in this way, we merrily, happily move through life. We go dancing. We go sailing. We have a summer like no other. All because we take a moment and we say, what is important to me this summer? What do I want to do? How do I want to feel? Can I make a plan? Can I attend to it? 1 second, sorry. Can I focus my energy? Can I spend 5 minutes a day envisioning it, using my inner vision? And when you do that, that frequency of joy, anticipation, excitement begins to draw that towards you. Now, it might take a little while. So think about this. Good things take time. When you're cooking, there are some things that are really quick, and then there's others that take a little time. So allow yourself spaciousness to cultivate these goals, moving in the direction of your outcome with no attachment. Because the ego and the itty bitty shitty committee, they get together and they tell you, that's not possible. It's cloudy. You can't go sailing. No one goes sailing in the clouds. And it will stop you. So gratitude. Oh, thank you for your concern. Thank you for telling me all the things that can go wrong. Just 1 second. And notice that sometimes it chokes you up. When we begin to tell ourselves the reasons that we cannot accomplish things, the reasons that we can't have something, the reasons, the rationalizations, because achieving your goals is sometimes uncomfortable. Expanding and exploring are sometimes not comfortable. So set yourself some goals and then write down goals and scratch that out and put TADAH. Ta-da! And write down all of your ta-das for this summer. What do you want to see? Who do you want to see? What way do you want to feel? And some things, some things are slightly out of reach. So expand yourself. Stretch yourself. Go where you haven't gone before. So my encouragement, my invitation to you is to find somewhere you haven't been so far, ever. And set that as a destination. Focus on that. It can be a physical place, it can be a financial place, it can be a spiritual place, it can be a relationship place. Write it down. Talk about it. You've heard me talk about, I'm going sailing this summer. And then watch yourself magnetize that to you. And if it doesn't show up exactly as you would like it to, well, guess what? You get a a different experience than you thought you were going to. Oftentimes more rich, more fun, more expansive, more experiential than you would have otherwise gotten. Hi, Ashley. So, this very afternoon, sit and sip with your favorite beverage and write down some to-dos. That's what I call goals. And then watch, even if you do nothing, watch these be attracted to you. Watch yourself. You know, I found myself up in Edison dancing yesterday afternoon. Don't restrict yourself by, oh, I have to drive an hour. What are you going to do with that hour if you don't go get yourself dancing? What are you going to do with that hour if you don't get yourself sailing? What are you going to do with that hour if you don't grow into a bigger, more highly evolved, amazing version of yourself? So allow this to be the summer of expansion, exploration, experimenting. Write it down, focus on it, feel into it, and let's send some golden white light of love out there to your every desire. And celebrate when you've achieved them. All right, let's bring it home. Fabulous. All right, going sailing. So, celebrate you. Celebrate you. Do you, the best version of you. And as you're going along, check in with yourself. Is this the highest version of myself right now? And then check in with yourself. Is this the highest version of myself? Because I don't know about you, but once in a while, I just slide into this other version of myself. That isn't my highest version. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just write yourself. Do not give yourself some grief. We all do. You shouldn't have done that. That would have been different if you hadn't. Blah, blah, blah. So just give thanks to that part of you. I call that the critic. That's one of the itty bitty shitty committee, the critic. So just give thanks to that critic, because that critic honestly has your highest and best or better in mind. It just shows up in a way that maybe isn't quite as loving as you might want to be to yourself. All right, so speaking of love, let's give away some so we can get some. Energize your hands. Nice. Put your hands on your heart. Touch yourself. Feel this dense vessel that is you. And now, here's what we say. I open fully and freely to give, accept, and embrace all that the universe has for me. One more time. I open freely to give it away, give it away, give it away. Accept, big old bowls with your hand, and embrace, put it in your heart, all that the universe has for me. One last time. I open freely to give, accept, and embrace all that the universe has for me. Aho, namaste, bliss, and in case no one has told you so far today, you are amazing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the replay. And set yourself some ta-das, because tomorrow we're going to celebrate with a ta-da. I went sailing. Celebrate your life. You are a miracle. You are an absolute miracle. So find ways every day to recognize who you are, what you want, and who you're here to serve. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a fabulous